Hello, and welcome back to A Glimpse of Growth with Dr. Dale. welcome. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, 2026, about 3:12, 10 or something. We are live on all the socials. Today's conversation starts with you don't have to have it all figured out. And you're like, what? Have what all figured out? You don't have to have it all figured out. Somewhere along the way, I believe that many of us were taught that quietly, that if we stayed, we're taught to be quiet, shapes how we lead, that how we show up and how we judge ourselves. And I don't think that's the case. I believe that we were taught that being competent means being certain, that being respected means never getting it wrong, that leadership means always having the answer. But emotional intelligence says something else. Emotional intelligence teaches us very different. It teaches us something very different. And the question is, what emotional intelligence teaches us is we don't have to be we don't have to do it that way. That's not how it works. Self-awareness, which is the first point of emotional intelligence, it teaches us something different. It says it isn't about getting everything right. It's about recognizing when we didn't. That's it. That's it. Because maturity isn't about avoiding mistakes. Being a grown up, an adult, isn't about shying away from it. That's what I learned. It's about responding well when things happen. When things go south, because 9 times out of 10, they do and they will. When they go south, what do you do? How do you show up? Confidence and not having everything figured out isn't about having perfection. It's about your ability to stay grounded in truth to you as a human being and truth to the people that you are leading. Real leadership, real leadership sounds like this. I miss that. Gosh darn it, I miss that. And for this conversation, I brought a friend. I brought a friend, a colleague. She was on my podcast a few weeks ago, and I'm gonna just bring her up so we can kind of talk about this in real time because we actually had a scenario that kind of happened. Terilyn Fields, welcome back to AGG, A Glimpse of Growth.
Thank you for having me back, Dr. Dill. It's absolutely my pleasure.
So the conversation was I asked Terilyn the yesterday, hey, you want to come on and just talk about this conversation with me? And what were your thoughts and what was going on with you? What was going on with you, Terilyn? Why you're like what? Wait, tomorrow? Isn't this supposed to be something? What did you
It's
do? What
in
did
my
you have?
calendar. I'm gonna be tuning into your show tomorrow at during the day. I had it right in my calendar, and then I said, wait a minute, that's the same time of the content that I'm going to be tuning into, so I can learn. Wait a minute, I am the content.
You can't make this up.
You
You
can't make it
can't
up.
make this up. This is what I'm talking about. This you can't mess with God. God be doing some things.
And it's so ironic, the context of the content, you don't have to figure, okay. So I was like, well, I don't have to have it figured out. We're gonna go straight, as the kids say, straight off the dome.
straight off the dome. I mean, you you already have, and this is to this conversation's point, that you don't have to have it all figured out. You,
Exactly.
everything that you need, everything that has prepared you for today and for your
Mhm.
next, you already have it inside of you. You
Yeah.
just have to you have to tap into it, though, right?
You know what's
And
coming up for me is
yeah.
trusting your own authenticity. And sometimes
Mm,
we haven't tapped into our authentic self. Woo-wee.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that will really frazzle you, right?
Yeah. A
If
hundred
I have
percent.
if I have to deliver or present, but I'm not clear on who I am or why I am, and I'm afraid of displaying who I am and why I
Mm.
am.
And the question is, and thank you for accepting the call, right? Because we talk about God, or we talk about, oh, feel like I have to do this thing, and you have that nudge that you want to do that thing, or and then or you have to do this project at work, and you're like, I feel like I should lead on that, and you don't do it, or you don't answer the call, or
Mhm.
the opportunity is there, but you're
Right,
not taking it by its hand and running with it, right?
right.
So thank you for accepting the call, first of all. And this is what to your point, that fear is coming from somewhere.
That
So
fear.
where's that fear coming from?
Right. And one thing I've learned to do to address fear is actually drill down, because fear is typically some imagination, right? It's something that we are perceiving or we're imagining is going to occur. And so
Hmm.
to sit with myself and say, okay, what are all the things that I think could possibly occur that I'm afraid of? And address them one by one, and none of them, aside from getting on a zip liner, yeah, so it's not going to kill me. I can get the shot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it opens up the opportunity to find the areas of development. So, like, I recently have gone through a process of trying to overcome perfection. That's why this is hilarious.
Mm. I'm a recovering perfection, so I mean that is
Listen,
something you're gonna have to work on every single second
it's a
of the
daily
day.
journey,
Yes,
right?
it
So
is, and I'm
it's
so glad that you
progress.
pinpointed. Why? What makes you think that you? What made you decide that you want to, like, tone down on, like, things not getting being perfect? Like, what made you
because
decide that?
because I found myself procrastinating about things. Like, okay, I'm motivated, I'm gonna do this.
Right here,
And then it's like, okay, well, let me do this first. And I
right
gotta
here.
do that first. And oh, I can't start unless I do this. And so one of my mentors said it's progress over perfection.
Yes, I heard that one before, and I completely agree. And that's what exactly, because my husband, when I had first started my business, my husband said, "No, but you got to do this first and that first." I said, "Yes to all of that. It's
Mhm.
just that I'm going to do these three first, and then I'm going to move forward."
Right. And then you build the momentum.
I used to have a mentor, and she said the same thing. She's like, "Nope, get it out." Her name is Tina. Tina starts Tina. Tina, you're there. Tina Wilson. You know who you are. Thank you so very much. So she said, she's like, "Nope, just get it out. Just get it out. Just get it out." And she would just push me, and I would just, okay. And then I put it out. I was like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad.
And I
Maybe
want
I
to
did
shout
it."
out Maria Brasfield for, her impartation um, of helping me shift from perfection to progression,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But
100%.
identifying that fear, and like I said, even in that instance, I recognize, okay, your fear about progressing is around perfection. So then now I'm focused on, well, why do I feel like I need to be perfect?
Yeah.
Right? That was a
Why?
discovery. And so it's,
Ooh.
social judgment, right?
Ooh.
It's
Come on, Taylor. We gonna get into something
personal,
like that. I love it.
it's
Yes.
self-criticism,
Mm-hmm.
and oftentimes it drills down to things from our childhood. We talked about,
Of course. Of course.
protecting that child, the little girl, the
Mm-hmm.
young man
The
in
inner
us,
child. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
inner child. And
Yeah.
so, I went through that list. I went through that
And
list.
you came down to this is what it is.
These are
And
the
so,
things, and
right,
these
yeah.
these are the whys, and
Mm.
healing from that, praying, getting scripture. Sometimes just the awareness helps us move past it.
Yes. That's what self-awareness says, and
That's what
emotional
self-awareness does.
intelligence.
So then it
The
comes up, why, and then you can move past it.
exactly. And just saying to yourself, man, if you made a mistake, ah, I could have handled that better. So next time it happens, this is what I'm gonna do. Right?
Well, listen, my favorite quote is Nelson Mandela.
Uh-huh.
I never lose. I either win or learn. I never
Yes,
lose.
come with the Nelson Mandela quote.
I
A
never lose.
hundred percent.
That is my favorite quote.
I love it.
I
I
never
agree.
lose. And the thing about that is, even when and I'm going to say it just like this for a reason, even when we make decisions that don't result in the optimal outcomes or the anticipated outcomes, if I'm learning from it, it's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
And then
Like
that ties back to Romans 8:28. All things are
all
working
things work together for good,
for
for my
good
good.
to them that
Ooh,
love the Lord and are called
come
according to his purpose.
on. You are dropping the gems. But yes, I agree 100%. You just said something just now with what you mentioned. Even if you don't get that thing that you
The
wanted,
optimal
like
results.
the optimal result that you pictured in your perfect mind, right?
Right.
Even if you don't get it, so what if you don't get that job, that promotion, you don't get that boy, that guy that was interested in you, that girl that was interested in you, what do you
You
or,
find yourself resulting in a divorce. But what did I learn from it? Right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What did I learn about myself? Not pointing fingers,
Own
there's some
your
on my
part
part,
in it. That's
on my
it.
part. That's it. So I
Your
don't
part
repeat
in it.
it because I had some contribution some kind of way,
We
whether it was
all, right?
compliance or acquiescing,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it could be. Or maybe I was the aggressor in a
Mm-hmm.
situation. But what is my takeaway? What
From
is my
that
that
experience,
experience?
because it already happened. You can't do anything about it, right? You can't go back in time. You can
Correct.
only work.
Move
And
forward.
I have a quote. I have a quote that I want to share with you from VG, which is Vin Jiang, and he talks about communication all the time. And he said, "Don't be so attached to who you are in the present that
Mm,
you don't give the future version of you a chance."
yes. Love that.
Go, go.
Love that. Love that. And I think another point that just came to me that occurs when you draw out the wisdom from your experiences is
Mm-hmm,
it defers or it allows you the opportunity to get away from self-criticism and self-judgment,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
right? And
Yeah,
which, dilutes your self-confidence. Because yes, sometimes, like I said, we make decisions that may not present the most optimal results, right? And then we go
yeah.
into the coulda, I shoulda, I
I could have
woulda.
would. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
if I've learned from it, doesn't mean that I still could not have made a better decision. But if I'm learning from it, I'm less apt to stay focused, hyper focused on the self judgment, the self criticism, and again, dilute my confidence.
So then that's the person that is the person that is looking at it. Where did I go wrong here? What can I learn from this? The other
Mhm.
person is the one that's pointing fingers. Well, if they didn't, it's their fault. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's them. That's on them. It has nothing to do with me. Like, it's all everybody else's fault. Is it
Yeah.
always? It can't be everybody else's fault.
It can't always be
I'm
everybody.
speaking to you out there that thinks that you have no blind spots, that you are smooth and perfect.
Yeah.
You it can't be everybody else's fault all the
No, it can't. And the word tells us the heart is deceitful,
time.
desperately
Mm.
wicked. Who can know it? We think we know our hearts. We think we know who we are. There's so much in there. There's so many imprints in there. And
Hmm.
so just like
Yeah.
being humble, being open to learn, being
Mm.
teachable.
Teachable. Are you teachable?
Are you teachable?
Are you teachable? I believe when leaders modeled the level of honesty, it gives everyone else around them permission to grow as well,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. And I think also, when going back to the self criticism and the self judgment, you deal that out, you target everybody else with it as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's in you first, and then you are targeting everyone else with judgment and criticism. But I
100%.
find that if my ego is diminished, if I'm humble and I'm willing to look myself in the face and in the mirror, then I'm offering that grace to others as well.
Mm.
And then we
But
go back to creating that psychological safety.
exactly. Exactly. I was gonna say that. We're so in tune. We're so on the same point. And it gives the other person the opportunity, right?
Hmm.
To because there is science that backs this, that says that how you see yourself is how
Hmm.
you see others.
Absolutely.
Right? So when someone makes a mistake, or when you make a mistake, and you are hard on yourself in here,
Hmm.
how you're like, man, I can't believe I got that wrong. What's wrong with you? What's you so
Yeah.
dumb? Get
Yeah.
it together. When you whatever the self thought, the thoughts that you go on in your head, the self criticism that goes on in here, that is how, when someone else makes a mistakes in the group,
Hmm.
on the team, in the family, or
Right.
whatever, that's how hard you're gonna judge them, because you judge
Absolutely.
yourself even that just as hard.
Yeah, for sure.
When I realized that, I was like, oh, I need to work on that.
Yes, absolutely. Something also I'm beginning to practice is to remove those, like we spoke previously, I should have done, I could have done. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Even, like my routine or my disciplines, it's okay, now it's my opportunity to read my Bible, to study, to spend some time in worship. Not I have to. It feels
I
very
get to.
different.
I
Right.
get to. It's
I
an
get to.
opportunity,
It's an
right?
opportunity. It feels very different.
It does. Because again, going back to what we say, right? Our words that we say
Hmm.
really, and it's so true. A couple of years ago, I started being a little more intentional on how I say what I say,
Hmm.
right? Because at the end of the day, it really does end up being what you say you actually have. And that goes back to that. Is it a mental Mandela? That's not, I don't, it's what's his name that said, your thoughts become your words become
Words
your
become
actions, your
actions,
actions become your,
become
yeah,
behaviors,
that,
and
and it
behaviors
leads
become your
back to your
habits.
identity, right?
Hmm.
Who you are, the person
Hmm.
that you're looking at in the mirror, you are creating that person. Not
Yes.
some, no, not the world, not society, not your mom and dad. Stop blaming your mom and your dad. Please stop
Yes.
blaming them, because you're an adult at this point.
Exactly.
Stop
Exactly.
blaming your siblings now that you are no longer under their control, or not under the household, and you're not young. You are an adult. You get to decide
Yes.
today how you will move forward in life,
And how you will show up.
how
Absolutely.
you will show up. You get to do that. It is your response ability.
Yes. And who you will allow around you.
100%.
Who you will allow around you. I was in a workshop with Lisa Nichols, and she said something so
Love
profound.
her. I love
She
Lisa.
said, we can all find people who can testify of our past, but how many of us can find people that can testify of the person we're becoming? Oh my goodness. I just wanted to
My
lay on the
goodness,
floor and
Carolyn!
scream.
I love that. So true.
Yeah.
So
And
true.
so, that's a part of figuring it out, putting the right people around you.
Yeah.
And that's which leads to another point. Sometimes we think as the leader, we have to have it all figured out. When leadership is putting the right people around you,
Mm-hmm.
putting the right resources around you. You don't have to know everything. That's the whole
You
point.
don't.
That's what makes a team. You are
You don't.
no one individual is going to have it all together, have all the answers. You're not
And
going to see everything.
yeah, so true. You get the right people in place,
Hmm.
so that way you don't have to overextend yourself, and then
Correct.
you keep your well-being intact.
Correct. And you avoid the burnout, right?
You
And
avoid the
you
burnout.
control, right?
Right.
I learned that through the whole perfection thing, working
Yeah.
through. I don't have to control it. I can delegate. And if not, then hire the right people or groom
Stop
them.
it. Stop it, because now you're telling them if the person that you have is just not cutting it out to cutting out to
Or
be
groom
what
them.
you thought, and you train them up or
Make
we train
yeah,
them out,
yeah,
one
make
way
the
or
investment.
the other. And that's just the cold hard honest truth, because they're not benefiting the organization, the department, you, the team. Like, it's hurting other people on the team. So maybe this is your opportunity to do that. Because people don't need a perfect leader. They
No,
need a leader that is going to be honest.
correct. And like we talked last time, the leader is the servant of all. I'm here to
Mhm.
help you bring out your gifts. I'm here to help you stimulate your skills. I'm here to help you so that we can all function and draw from all of those strengths, all of those abilities together,
Mhm.
and just keep us pointing north toward our goals and objectives.
100%. 100%. Terrelyn mentioned, you mentioned earlier psychological safety, and I said folks need leaders to be honest, not brutally honest, kindly honest. Because there is a difference. Because I know what we are used to seeing in the workplace
Yeah,
is someone that is brutally honest. I'm just telling it like it is. Well, you can tell it like it is and be kind.
correct. Absolutely.
You can. The kind of leader who can laugh at themselves, the kind of leader who can, you can miss the mark, the kind of leader that can sit someone down and say, "Hey, what's going on with you today? Everything okay? What's going on? Talk to me." You know, give
For
them that,
sure.
let them feel safe enough to let down their guard and let you know what's going on with them, so that way that project can go the way you need it to go.
And again, we used this last time. Let them be a human being, not a human doing.
Doing a
You know,
hundred
people,
percent.
they have feelings. They have things going on in their lives just like you do. We
And
all
it
have
affects them, right? It
and
affects
affect
them.
them.
Some people can't compartmentalize like you can, like they can, like like separate. Some people can't do that, right? So how, especially in the workforce, the workforce today, I know a lot of my peers, they have a lot of workforce that are like millennials, and not millennials, Gen
Mhm.
Z's,
Yeah,
and they operate a little bit different.
they
So
operate a
why
little
don't you meet them where they are
right.
instead of trying to fight them?
Exactly. And like I just said, coach them into it. That's
Mm,
that's really my heart. Gen Z is really they're on my prayer list, right? And I don't say that in a condemning way.
yeah.
They're a different generation, like you said, that we need to meet together.
Meet them where
Um,
exactly where they are, see what
exactly.
they need, and so that way the organization can thrive. But you need to see what it is that they need, so that way
Absolutely.
you can get them to where you need them to get to in the organization, and then thrive from there.
Exactly. And
But
draw,
and
right?
draw,
Draw
yeah,
from them. I think,
exactly.
we go back to ego. We can't be so, well, I've been doing this for 30 years and I
This
know
is the way
everything.
I've been doing it, and it's been
Right.
working. Well, it's not gonna work
Let's
that way no more.
integrate, right? Let's integrate our wisdom with their new knowledge, with their digitalization,
Bringing it together,
and
and we can
integrate
learn together and
and to
grow
learn
together,
together. Hmm.
because we are stronger together.
Absolutely.
We really are. Like, that's not just the saying. People, it is really true. We are really building on each other's pain. I mean, points, challenges. What's the best of us? And yo, I'm not so good in this, but you're great in it. So let me play over here. You play
Right.
here, and then you play over there. Like, everybody can win.
Everybody can win.
Everybody can win.
Everybody can win.
Yes, you can win. I can win. We can
You can
win.
win. You can win. I can win. We all can win.
We all can win. This is Oprah up in here. And being able to pause, to reflect, to say, thank you, to say, what did we learn from this project that didn't go so well? Like, what
Right.
did we learn from it? What can we do for next time? Being able to laugh at yourselves, right? When things don't go, without shame, without your ego taking over. And I know it's going to be some work for a lot of people out there, but you got to start somewhere.
You
you
got to.
you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And when your ego take over and is no longer driving the car, growth,
Can
honey,
happen.
happen.
Yeah.
Growth. And that growth is emotional intelligence.
It is. That's our story, and we're sticking with it, right?
Yeah, so that's our story. That's it. We're sticking with it. So the 3 points, I think the 3 points we pretty much talked about already, Taryn, is self-awareness, right? Over perfection. Like
Correct.
constantly knowing that self-awareness means noticing when you miss something and not sacrificing yourself mentally when you don't get it right. Not beating
Absolutely.
yourself up in here, you know?
Hmm.
Being okay to say, okay, I ain't got it. All right, I didn't get it this time. That's all right. It's okay.
It is okay.
Learn from that. On to the next. And take a few days, a few hours if you need to, but don't spend too long.
Don't get stuck.
Don't get stuck. Don't live in that house. Don't go to that house and live there because you can go down a really dark path. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You can
for
really go
sure.
down the rabbit hole of doom and gloom and me and poor me and victimhood, right? You
And
reaping.
get support.
Yeah.
You know, utilize the
Mhm.
resources. You know, we just
Mhm.
said, find those people that can testify to the person that you are becoming, that see what you can't see in yourself. We're
Mhm.
out here.
Like I said, Tara, what do you mean you're coming to listen to this content? You are the
Yeah, you got
I
me.
love that. I love that. And I so love you for accepting this
Yeah,
conversation
this is good.
so much. Not because, and I believe that growth, the part two, the part other point is growth happens when ego steps aside, right? And we
Mhm.
mean not because you're weak, but because you are committed to learning. If you
Sure.
are committed to learning. If you're not committed to learning, please keep scrolling because this conversation is not for you.
Exactly.
Is
Yeah.
not for you. Keep doing what you're doing because if it's working for you and you like it, Dr. Dale loves it for you too.
Yeah, but how long is it gonna work? I
That's
can't I
exactly.
can't imagine not learning. You know what I mean? I can't imagine not growing. And I'm not saying that from a critical standpoint, but it's just that's what keeps life exciting for me, to be honest with you.
Agreed.
New
Agreed.
discovery about myself, stretching myself. This is what
Mhm.
I can do now. I'm developing. I've learned this. I've acquired that. Now I can be a blessing to other people. When I learn something or acquire something, or some of the things I've just shared with you. Now to be able to pour that on other people, that's my heartbeat.
Oh my goodness.
That's my
And
heart.
I felt that as you were saying that. And
Hmm.
that's what it's all about. And then the third point is honesty builds stronger leaders and teams. And we talked about that as well. One of the most freeing things a leader can do is say, I don't know yet. Let's figure it out together. I remember so many times when my team would bring me stuff and I was like, what? What happened? Oh, and like, okay. So they sit there looking at me like, what do you think we're going to do? What do you think we should do? I don't know. What do you think we should do? Let's go out and figure it out
Let's go
together.
figure it out
And I would
together.
get up and I was like, let's go figure it out together.
For absolutely, absolutely. That's how you create buy-in to new processes. That's how and we, like you said, from the 10,000 level, we can't see it all. We don't always have the boots on the ground. Even if we came up through the ranks, the processes may have changed, the systems may have changed, the tools may have changed. Get that buy-in from the collective.
Mm-hmm,
Let's
mm-hmm,
kill all the silos.
mm-hmm. Oh, please. Please, let's stop having silos,
These
side
silo
conversations, side
decisions,
groups,
oh my goodness. I'm going to make a decision and I'm changing all of this
and not tell anybody
and
about
not
it,
tell
or
anybody
nobody
about
knows
it,
what's going on.
or consult with every, you know what I mean? Like, please, because I want to be the hero, right?
Oh my goodness.
And you just created a bigger mess because you didn't understand that, this, the implication of that, all the interdependencies, right?
And then you end up having, people, you wondering why people are leaving because of you.
Chaos, chaos. You just
Because
created
of
chaos.
you. But I mean,
And
I
then you're
didn't do
still
anything
pushing it.
wrong.
You're still pushing, you're 10 toes down, heels in the sand. I'm still trying to push this. We still don't admit, you know what? I didn't have it figured out. I made a mistake. Come on, troops. Let's realign.
Yeah. Simple words, they sound simple, but hard for a lot of people to do, but
Yeah,
they're not impossible.
they're not impossible. They're not
They're not
impossible.
impossible. So, Taryn, this was great.
It
This
was great.
30 minute went by so
It
fast.
did. It did indeed.
It went by so fast. So, thank you for having this conversation with me. And, this back next week, we're going to finish out. I think we have our global podcast series that's going to finish the last
Okay.
episode next week, Friday. And then what's happening? We have quite a few
I
events
know
coming up.
you
So,
got
just
going
follow,
on.
like, share, comment, subscribe, you guys. And stay tuned for the conversation. Taryn, you're gonna be
And
back
we're
here.
tuning
It's
off
probably
from
gonna
when
be a
you become the content.
you can't make the see fiction is that reality is so much more better. Real stories, real
Real
moments.
people.
That's what's real people. We're real people. Like this an AI can't make
No,
this sound.
no. Authenticity at its finest.
I can't make this sound at all. So, Taryn, thank you so
Thank
very
you for
much.
having me.
For those that are watching, commenting, subscribing, below, let us know what you think. Let us know your points,
Absolutely.
and we'll be back here next week for a whole another conversation that Taylor's probably gonna be a part of. So have a blessed day, you guys, and stay significant. Stay
I love that.
significant because you are significant, each and every single one of you. So